So F1 is technically considered as a sport. But why? Most newer fans assume that all the drivers have to do is just steer the car around and chill. But no, that is not what they only do. And there is way more to racing. So get comfy and let's cover why F1 is actually a physically brutal sport. F1 has been around since 1950. In those days, the cars were way slower, and basically anyone could drive one of them. Drivers didn't really have to care about their health. Now, over time, the cars started getting really fast. Now, when you're in a really quick object and you keep maneuvering it around complex twists and turns, there's gonna be some G-force implanted onto you. Now, before I explain G-force, you need a bit of context. When you're standing on Earth, you face under 1 G of force. The human body can withstand a maximum of 9 Gs. You can pull 5 Gs on a roller coaster for a few seconds. Now, F1 drivers experience those 5 Gs for a sustained 2 hours. 2 hours! Now that we have that in the way, let's move on to G-force. Now, G-force is basically the gravitational pull on you. It's trying to pull you in all 4 axes of movement. In physics, for every forward force, there's always a force trying to pull you back. When you're moving, the forward force is greater than the backward force. Now, when the forward force keeps increasing, so does the backwards force. Get it? I hope so. Let's move on to the 2 last types of forces that F1 drivers face. The first is braking force. Have you ever been in a car where the driver brakes really hard? Now imagine that times 5. I think you get what I mean. Finally, let's talk about crashes. Now, crashes in F1 are not a sustained force, but an immediate force. Some crashes may range from 10 Gs to even 127 Gs. Yet most crashes are commonly at a lower G amount. So let's get back to fitness. To face these forces, a human would have to be extremely fit. A normal person facing these forces would likely pass out. So over the years, the cars started getting faster and more G-force was being put onto the drivers. This urgently called for drivers to be more fit, as that would majorly increase their performance. For a while, no one really cared about this until a young Michael Schumacher came along and demonstrated that fitness was crucial. He was extremely fit and jacked. That also made him really fast. A key aspect of Michael's success in F1 was due to his fitness. After that, teams mandated that drivers must be fit and capable. Nowadays, all F1 drivers are really strong and fit, and some of them do exercises that are crazy. They mostly use weights to simulate forces onto them. Just look at these photos. Now, another reason why F1 is brutal is because of the conditions. Imagine sitting in a really hot and tight space for 2 hours. F1 drivers have to wear racing suits, which are safe but can get really warm. On top of that, the engine is actually situated right behind them, so you can imagine the heat. Alright, so you know why F1 drivers are physically strong, but they're also mentally strong. They have to focus so hard while maneuvering their cars in hard circuits. If they make one small mistake, it's over. And don't forget the fact that they're competing against the other 19 best drivers in the world, so the pressure is quite high. F1 drivers' reflexes are also quite good. They have to avoid debris and other cars fast. They also have to think really fast. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.